morning students, welcome to Lakshya Academy YouTube channel. In the previous video we discussed common base configuration of a transistor. In this video we are going to discuss common emitter configuration of a transistor. Common emitter configuration of a transistor. There are two types of transistors, NPN transistor and PNP transistor. A transistor has three electrodes. They are named as emitter, base and collector. In NPN transistor, base is p-type semiconductor and emitter and collector are n-type semiconductors. In PNP transistor, the base is n-type semiconductor, emitter and collector are p-type semiconductors. In the case of NPN transistor, the common emitter configuration of an NPN transistor, emitter is common to both input and output, so emitter is grounded. Input is measured across base and emitter, so input voltage is VBE, voltage across base and emitter. Output is measured across collector and emitter, so VCE is output voltage, voltage across collector and emitter. So common emitter configuration of NPN transistor, emitter is common to both input and output. So here I consider NPN transistor. So the direction of conventional current is from base to emitter. In the case of NPN transistor, the conventional current is from base to emitter. And the base current IB, the emitter current IE and collector current IC. The directions of these currents I mention in the diagram. Common emitter configuration of a PNP transistor. So in PNP transistor, the emitter is p-type semiconductor. Here emitter is grounded. Input is measured across base and emitter, VBE. Output is measured across collector and emitter, VCE. So in the case of PNP transistor, in CE mode, in CE configuration, common emitter configuration, the diagram looks like this. So in CE mode, common emitter configuration, emitter is common to both input and output, emitter is earthed, input is taken along across base and emitter, and output is taken across collector and emitter. This mode is also named as grounded emitter configuration. Yeah, some of the physical parameters in common emitter configuration of a transistor we discuss now. First one, current amplification factor of common emitter configuration of a transistor for AC. So current amplification factor in CE mode is denoted by beta. Current amplification factor in CE mode is denoted by beta. So in CE mode, the current amplification factor is defined as the ratio of change in collector current, that means output current, change in collector current to the change in base current at a constant voltage across collector and emitter is applied. So the current amplification factor in CE mode for AC is defined when we maintain a constant VCE. Voltage across collector and emitter is kept constant. The ratio between change in collector current to the change in base current is defined as current amplification factor. For AC, it is denoted by beta. Beta equal to delta IC by delta IB. Second one, the current amplification factor for common emitter configuration for DC. So for DC, we have to consider the direct values. The ratio of collector current to the base current is current amplification factor for DC. It is also denoted as beta. So beta equal to IC by IB. This is for DC current, direct current. So the current amplification factor in common emitter configuration is denoted by beta, beta equal to IC by IB in the case of DC current, and beta equal to delta IC by delta IB in the case of alternating current. Current amplification factor is denoted by beta. Yeah, you know that in a transistor IE equal to IB plus IC. IE equal to IB plus IC, and IB is about 2% to 3% of IE, and 97% to 98% of IE is IC. So beta is defined as current amplification factor. So the values of beta ranges from 20 to 500. IE equal to IB plus IC. So the values of beta range from 20 to 500. Next, fourth one, the input resistance of a transistor in common emitter configuration. The ratio of change in the base emitter voltage to the subsequent change in the base current when the collector emitter voltage is kept constant is defined as input resistance, and this is AC resistance, also named as dynamic resistance, which is obvious in the input characteristics since its value varies with the operating current in the transistor. The value of input resistance varies with the operating current in the transistor. So, the ratio of change in base emitter voltage to the change in base current at VCE kept constant is called as input resistance of the transistor in CE mode, in CE configuration. So, R input equal to delta VBE by delta IB when VCE kept constant. So, the input resistance of a transistor can be measured when output voltage VCE kept constant. The input resistance of a transistor is the ratio of change in potential across base emitter to the change in base current at VCE constant. Next, fifth one, output resistance of a transistor in common emitter configuration. So, output voltage is VCE and output current delta IC. So, the output resistance of a transistor can be measured when the input current kept constant, that means IB kept constant. The ratio of change in collector emitter voltage to the change in collector current when base current is kept constant is called as output resistance of a transistor in common emitter configuration. Got it? So, the ratio of delta VCE and delta IC at IB constant is nothing but output resistance denoted by R output. The ratio of change in collector emitter voltage to the change in collector current at base current kept constant is called as output resistance of a transistor in common emitter configuration. R output equal to delta VCE by delta IC at IB constant. Yeah, voltage. You know that according to Ohm's law, V equal to IR. V proportional to I, V equal to constant into I, V equal to IR, where R is electrical resistance of the conductor. So, the voltage gain of a transistor can be measured, and from that formula we can write the voltage gain equal to current gain into resistance gain. Current gain or current amplification factor. Voltage gain is denoted by AV equal to current gain is denoted by beta into resistance gain is a ratio of output resistance to the input resistance. So the voltage gain AV equal to beta into R output by R input. AV equal to beta into R output by R input. Yeah, we know that power equal to V into current I. From that formula, we can write the power gain of a transistor equal to voltage gain into current gain. The product of voltage gain and current gain of a transistor is mathematically equal to power gain of the transistor. Power gain equal to voltage gain into current gain. Power gain is denoted by AP and voltage gain AV into current gain equal to beta. AP equal to AV into beta. Power gain equal to voltage gain into current gain. In the place of AV, we can write beta into R output by R input. So here beta into R output by R input, which is equal to beta square into R output by R input. Power gain. And in brief, I have given all the formulae in this slide. DC current gain, AC current gain, voltage gain, and power gain also. Here the factor GM I explain later. While studying input characteristics and output characteristics of a transistor. Okay, current gain, voltage gain and power gain. Yeah, in CB mode, common base configuration, the current gain is denoted by alpha. In common emitter configuration mode, current gain is denoted by beta. So we can derive the relation between alpha and beta. That means current gain in common base configuration and current gain in common emitter configuration. Alpha is current gain in common base configuration, beta is current gain in common emitter configuration. AC current gain in common base configuration, alpha equal to delta IC by delta IE. AC current gain in common emitter configuration is beta equal to delta IC by delta IB. Okay, these are the formulae of alpha and beta. So from these two formulae, we have to derive the relation between alpha and beta. So already you know that the range of alpha and range of beta. Range of alpha 0.95 to 0.99 and beta 20 to 500. beta equal to delta IC by delta IB, which is delta IC by, we know that IE equal to IB plus IC. So for delta IB we can write delta IE minus delta IC. From the algebraic expression IE equal to IB plus IC, we can able to write down the formula for delta IB as delta IE minus delta IC. So numerator and denominator divided with delta IE. Numerator and denominator is divided with delta IE. So delta IC by delta IE divided by delta IE minus delta IC by delta IE, which gives 1 minus delta IC by delta IE. Already you know that change in collector current, the ratio of change in collector current to the change in emitter current is alpha. So which is alpha by 1 minus alpha. So beta can be written as alpha by 1 minus alpha. This is the relation between beta and alpha. For numerical problems, this formula is important. So by cross multiplication we can get the alpha value also. Beta minus alpha, beta equal to alpha. So beta equal to alpha times 1 plus beta. Therefore alpha equal to beta by 1 plus beta. So this is the relation between alpha and beta. Alpha equal to beta by 1 plus beta. For example, beta equal to 50, alpha equal to 50 by 51, which is around 0.9 something.